He's going to be competing in the K1 1000 a few time. Here we go. It looks like the start list is put in front of you for the K2 male. Chris Mehak and Brian Malfesti. Sweden, Albert Pettersson and Joachim Lindberg. Where you can see the graphics in front of you. Zoric and Hankoviski from Serbia. Their K2 200 meter boys looked really on form yesterday. Clearly they were the world champions. They just missed out on the Europeans. So you can see it's a very large course here. So you can see a whole host of athletes warming up and preparing themselves for the next events. Slovakia, Denis Majsak and Tibor Linka. So Duisburg, about half an hour from the airport in Düsseldorf, so ideally situated for athletes from many countries. And the Brits, Matt Barley and Will Rutherford, who's obviously a specialist of the longer distances. Last year he was competing with Johnny Bounson, who we saw just miss out of the first place in the C final about coming on pretty much about an hour ago now. Lane number 7, Denmark, Emil Noe and Niels Boy. Denmark clearly have a very powerful team. Rennie Holten Poulsen, Henrietta Engel, Emma Johansson in the K2, so we're looking for some medals, and depends what colour. They've been around from Estonia for quite a while now. It's Kasper Sulo and Tano Tutsi. Often making the B finals, A finals. Today they're in the C final. Just shows how strong the actual field is. So looking up the course from the finish line, on the left is lane number 1 coming down, so it's a classic way, easy to read. There's going to be 9 lanes, allowing 9 teams to compete in each of the races. And they're off in the C final of the K2 1000 meters. Looks like showing early are the Estonians, who would expect to, well, they have an interesting race tactic here. They're absolutely flying out of the blocks. It's going to be about 3 minutes 20 of action. Can they keep the pace going? Well, they've now developed 1.5 boat lengths lead. Bit like a mill pond with very little breeze. Because they were practicing their starts. Clearly they've decided that's enough effort for today. Lane number 9 is Turkey now taking course of the action. Different athletes clearly will have different tactics. Looks like the Estonians were practicing their 200-meter skills. So Turkey now taking it out. Carlos Miguel Narcisco Marquez and Ozturk Kuru at the bottom of your picture. So half of the race gone, and they go through in 1:38 as a reference point. 1 minute 38. This is the C final of the K2 1000 meters. Serbia setting the pace with the Brits, Matt Barley and Rutherford in the second place. With 200 meters to go, it looks like it's a battle between Serbia and Great Britain, with Sweden still in the picture there. Britain up, slightly upping the pace. Moving down into the last 120 meters, but Serbia are continuing to have a quarter of a boat length ahead of Great Britain. It's lanes 4, lanes 5, moving into the last 100 meters. Looks like Serbia are controlling the race at this point. And in fact, they go on to take a controlled victory, leading by half a boat length for most of the actual race. Zoric and Hankowski from Serbia have won the C final for the K2 1000. Just to see the time of reference. Follow Twitter, but I do, and there's a lot of athletes tweeting up there, hopefully putting the ICF Canoe hashtag there, and then we can actually see that they're excited. Are excited to make the finals and looking forward to the events today, as well as other nations, of course. The victorious Serbian team stepping out of their boats. But you can see just in front of your picture, you see where the awards